You guys ready for your next comic tonight? He hosts a monthly show at a Cafe Aqueduct out in Palmyra. He's a good friend of mine. He was actually there the first night I ever tried stand-up comedy. Give it up for Ythan Lax.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna start a little mellow tonight. I'm gonna start a little song, and some of you probably know it. If you do, I'd like you to sing the last verse of every verse every time it comes around. If you don't know it, you will by the end of the first verse. There you go. So, I was gonna come perform in this show, but I got high. I got in my car and I forgot where to go because I got high. Now I'm on this stage and I don't know why. Help me out here. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. I knew you'd get this. I had a really funny joke, but I got high. Now I can't remember it, it went up in smoke because I got high. Now I'm just singing songs and I know why. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. I was gonna get here on time, but I got high. Yeah, I got distracted trying to make this shit rhyme because I got high. I'll probably forget the words and you'll know why. Tell me why, ready? Because I got high. Because I got high, because I got high. Last time, this is the important one, ready? I could really use a snack because I got high. The V-Pub wants us hungry, so let's all go out back where we can get high. And then you'll order food and they'll know why. Help me last time. Because we got high, because we got high, because we got high. All right. See, now, that's the way to get everybody involved starting a show, isn't it? I don't know if it matters if I change glasses. Like Dwayne says, I can't really see any of you out there anyway. Before I start, I always warn people that when I get up on stage, you are going to hear pot jokes. And you listen to pot jokes at your own risk, because pot jokes can often be gateway comedy that leads to harder humor. So, very, very be careful about that. And it goes the Narcan people again. They're over there to help you anytime. By the way, great set, by the way. To hear that that's only your 6th time out, that was really, really, truly fantastic. Let's give it up for Aaron. I really enjoyed that. I've had some entrepreneurial ideas as a result of pot being legal, and one of them I'm thinking about is a full 420 themed restaurant. Okay. And I think we can have a fantastic 420 inspired menu. We'll start with the soups. You got the lobster cannabis. The spliff pea, man, excellent soup. International menu from Germany, Wiedner Schnitzel. It's hard to say when you're high, but if you can order it, Wiedner Schnitzel. From Italy, we have the veal parmigiana with a side of angel dust pasta. It's very, very nice. And the Mexican menu features refried beans, which you like. Dessert, you got to check out their collection of baked goods. And if their baked goods are baked anywhere as good as I am, you're definitely going to enjoy them. And then you wash the whole thing down with a nice cold Mountain Doobie. Yeah, it's not a big thing anymore now that it's legal. You used to hear on the news every time somebody would get arrested, it'd be a big deal. Oh, this celebrity. Oh my gosh, that sports star. And we'd all talk about it for days. Now nobody cares if you get arrested unless you're in Russia. Anybody heard of Brittany Griner last year? Brittany Griner. Again, applause. I can't see a damn thing out there. Thank you. Brittany Griner, WNBA superstar. She was caught getting off the flight in Moscow with a marijuana vape, and they promptly arrested her, and they threw the book at her. Cruel and unusual punishment. She's a lesbian, and they sent her to a penal colony. That can't be good. And she planned her escape. She figured it would not be too hard. Basketball skills. She'll hop right over the wall. And Moscow's a huge city. Should be no problem for a 6'10" black woman to get lost in there and just kind of mingle right in. Then the government got involved. That's always a good thing, right? They decided to work out a prisoner exchange. And we got back Brittany Griner, and in exchange, we sent back an international arms dealer who sells to terrorists, and they've spied against the United States for Russia. You think this is a fair deal? You know, this is one time that Donald Trump could have definitely negotiated a better deal, because without a doubt, he would have gotten them to throw in a couple of extra Russian supermodels to even that thing out. No question. And then the ordeal was over. They took her back to the airport, and they interviewed her, and they asked her how was her treatment. She said, well, to be blunt, and then they arrested her all over again. Speaking of airports, how's that for the smoothest segue you're ever going to see tonight? Dwayne introduced me. My name is Ythan Lax, L-A-X. All right, folks, what airport?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, thank you. I have never been there, but 17 pieces of my luggage have been rotating around their carousel for years and years, unclaimed. Nobody ever gets them. I think I better get them faster. The FBI is going to put me on some kind of checklist for running all over the place for years. You know, I went to my doctor and I said, you know, I have a compulsion towards telling airport jokes, and he says, well, that is an illness, and it is terminal. But I'm getting the last laugh on my last name, Lax, because 10 years ago, the bitch I divorced, she will forever be known as an ex-Lax. And it's still appropriate because she still annoys the shit out of me, so it kind of works very well. Current events. Harry Belafonte died last week. This is the only table that has any idea, by the way, who I'm talking about. It was a very sad day-o. Now everybody knows. Day-o. Can everybody sing the last line for me? Thank you. I don't feel so old anymore. Also last week, Jerry Springer died. I'm sure you heard about that one. And at the funeral, we learned that, that he was buried in a family plot with all relatives. And 20 years ago, his father passed away, and they were at that family plot. And he said to his mother that he's got a very comforting feeling knowing that in the future that he'll be buried next to her and his father. And she laughed and he goes, he is not your father. And then he threw her down and they started wrestling. With the exception of Dana back there, am I the only other Jewish person in the house tonight? Any other Jews in the audience? Exactly. Thank you very much. Good night. I'm out of here. You know, I found out that when I come to Canandaigua, I actually double the Jewish population of the town. And, the reason is because I'm not in Brighton anymore. Does anybody know what Brighton is? Yeah, see, for those of you who don't know what Brighton is what we consider a gated Jewish community that was actually not gated for us by somebody else. Dwayne told you I perform regularly every month at the Cafe Aqueduct in Palmyra, and word's been getting out. There's a Jewish comic in upstate New York. Oh, it's a Jewish comic. And next thing you know, I get a call from the Jewish Community Center in Utica, and on June 17th, I'm going to be performing in a show called Stick with the Shtick. I kid you not. And they recruited me to come all the way out to Utica. Now, I'm not fooling myself that I'm like some kind of great comic. I'm just the benefit of Jew-affirmative action. That's why they hired me for the job. And, Jewish comics, we have a whole range of humor that people aren't always familiar with because you don't get a lot of that out here. Like for example, I have a friend who's trying to convert to Judaism, and he's worried about the part that you would think a guy converting to Judaism would be worried about. What's he worried about? Circumcision, exactly. I told him, well, you asked me if it hurts. I said, well, after I had mine done, I didn't walk for a whole year. Jewish men are the most confident men in the world. We cut off a piece before we have any idea how big it's going to get. Oh, a few years back, I dated a woman who had never dated a Jewish guy before, and she's what you call a penis namer. Anybody ever date a penis namer? They're a little strange. She said, I dated a white guy, so I nicknamed him Robert Throbert. She says, then I dated a black guy, and I nicknamed him Otis Deep Throatus. I told her I'm Jewish. What are you going to name me? She says, Rumple Foreskin. What makes somebody, though, truly Jewish, that is something that, even if you convert, you can't understand it, is we have something that very few people, nobody other than Jews have, and that is a Jewish mother. It comes with the territory. And are there any Catholics in the audience? Really? I'm in the majority? Oh my God. No, the Catholics think they know guilt. Okay, Jews know guilt. Catholic guilt is learned at a very, very young age. Jewish guilt is issued right at birth. It starts the first time your mother holds you after 12 hours of labor and she said, "Will you fucking look at what you just did to your mother?" It starts right off the bat. And it doesn't get any better. The first time my mother caught me smoking pot, she said, "I didn't keep you healthy without drinking and smoking in my womb for 9 months so that you can go out and poison yourself." And I looked at her and said, "Well, apparently you did." And it gets even worse as you get older. She asked me one day, she says, "Are you gonna come over and visit and come over for dinner this weekend?" I said, "Oh, Mom, I can't, I'm busy." She says, "You know why you can't? It's because you're busy drinking and gambling and womanizing." And I said, "That's ridiculous, I don't gamble." And going over to my mother's house, though, for dinner is an experience. Because, well, you know, like most Jewish women, most Jewish mothers, they take great pride in their home. And in particular, my mother's kitchen is truly modern, exquisite, and updated in 1969. It was at the Brady Bunch house. Let me describe this kitchen. You may still have this kitchen for all you know. It's got daisy-colored wallpaper, okay, which sets off perfectly the orange carpet. What's worse in the kitchen, orange or carpet? I don't know. You got those orange swivel chairs that are made out of genuine imitation naugahyde. Genuine stuff. And then the piece de resistance, or I say the pieces de resistance, were the matching set of appliances, the refrigerator, the stove, and the dishwasher, that in a color I can sort of describe as a cross between maroon and burgundy. We'll call it marugandy, okay? And then one day, that refrigerator, the compressor died beyond repair, gone. And I said, "Mom, no big deal. You just buy a new refrigerator." She goes, "Oh, no, you don't understand." She goes, "Someday I'm going to sell this house and nobody will ever buy it unless they see that matching set of appliances. It's a sales point and they just don't make appliances like that anymore." The most true statement she has ever made in her entire life, which is absolutely the case. So what are we going to do? My mother refuses to move the refrigerator. Well, upstairs was where my father watched television. He would have a easy chair in the corner, TV in front, and they had a little refrigerator, like what you have in a dorm about this size, where he kept his beer and his snacks. And my mother said, "Well, we can keep a lot of the food that we have up there, and I'll just buy another small refrigerator that size, just put it around the corner in the living room." No problem. So I come over for dinner one day, and my mother says, "Ythan, I need you to go and get out of the refrigerator the condiments. We need the mustard and the ketchup." So I go to the living room. Weirdest thing I've ever said. And I go and I get the ketchup. And I'm moving things aside. I don't see any mustard. I said, I came back. I said, "Mom, look, I found the ketchup. It looks like you're out of mustard." And she, no. She goes, "No. Mustard is an upstairs food." Mustard is an upstairs food. "Why is mustard an upstairs food?" She goes, "Well, when I'm cooking and I'm making hamburgers and french fries, the ketchup is downstairs. Your father likes to snack on pretzels, they get mustard." Of course, right? So, but the other thing is that my mother liked to be frugal. She liked to save money. So she would buy her pickles and her olives and everything, those big jars at BJ's, and they didn't fit in those refrigerators. So I came home one night and she's got the little jars on the table, and she's with tweezers putting, black olives in one jar, green olives in another jar. Now, applause, because that's the way you show us. Show me by a round of applause if you think black olives are downstairs food. You are correct. You are correct. You shouldn't have been afraid. Here's why. Black olives are downstairs food. Black olives go in salads. They go in recipes. My father's mini bar was upstairs, and the green olives go in the Bloody Marys and the martinis. Simple. Not hard to figure out. Milk and cream. Milk with cereal downstairs. Coffee in the morning. It's very easy to figure the whole thing out, right? At a joyous event in my life, though, 2 months ago, I got married. My beautiful wife, Erica, who you can't see, sitting out there in the dark. I can kind of see her sitting over there. And we did it our way. We got married on Mardi Gras in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. Isn't that awesome? Mardi Gras. Does anybody know what Mardi Gras translates to from French? Fat Tuesday, exactly. However, there was a group of women who felt that that was politically incorrect, and from now on it'll be known as Heavy Set Tuesday. And I learned a lot about the traditions down there. King cake. Anybody ever hear of king cake? You have, okay. Here's the way that kind of works, the best I can understand it, is that there's a cake that looks kind of like a bundt cake, and it's colored with the Mardi Gras colors of yellow and green and purple. And inside it, they bake a little plastic baby, and I guess if you find the plastic baby, you win whatever the prize is. And there was a bit of a problem a couple of years ago with manufacturing these cakes. A lot of them were being distributed, the mix without babies in them, and the state of Louisiana fixed that for good this year. They made it a crime to take the baby out of the cake before it's finished baking. Louisiana, I'll let you stew on that one for a while. Keep thinking. There we go. But, as far as getting married, there are a lot of things that my wife and I have in common. There are a lot of things we don't have in common, and one thing we don't have in common is our musical taste. I'm all about classic rock. I like my Beatles and my Stones. Erica likes hip hop. And she's got this special device that she's put on the radio dial on her car. It's like a little chain with a padlock, and if I should touch it, I get an electric shock so that I'm never able to change it off of Sirius XM 43, Rock the Bells. You know what that is? Anybody know the station? You don't. Anybody else know the station? Rock the Bell. That is your LL Cool J inspired classic hip hop rap station. And, a lot of people have asked me, how can you have such different musical tastes from your wife and get along? And I answer that by saying, look, if your wife liking music other than what you like is a problem, I've got 99 problems, boy, and this ain't one, So, I become sort of an expert on the genre because genre, it's a word, just by using that should tell you what an expert I am. And I'm going to try to explain hip hop from the perspective of an OWG. That would be an old white guy. And I'm going to try to explain hip hop as an OWG for all you OWPs. Now, if you want to go out and you want to perform rap, you don't need any talent. You don't need any material. You don't need any experience. You can suck completely, just like performing on a stage at the V-Pub in Canada. It doesn't really matter. It's no big deal. All you got to do is take the letters DJ and put it in front of some iteration of your name. That's all you gotta do. So like for Dwayne, he could be DJ Lil Wilt. Let's go with DJ Big D. I think that's probably a better way to go with it. And our headliner, Ralph Teddo, we could go with DJ Tedda Titties. He's got a great rack, right? So you can use whatever you want, just put DJ in front of it, okay? And then you're able to perform. Has anybody ever tried to perform rap before? Because let me tell you, to rock a rhyme that's right on time, it's tricky. You guys aren't as old as you look, are you? I'm feeling a little better about things here. Now, after you've performed as a DJ for a while, you get to send in an application, and you have the opportunity to have that status raised from DJ to MC. With an MC comes a lot of additional perks and responsibilities. An MC indicates that you've reached a level of distinction in the profession whereby you now have an unscrupulous girlfriend who is spending the majority of your money on expensive jewelry. Or for those of you who I didn't have to OWG that down for, it means you're a banging big willy with a bizzle who's blowing your bank on bling. I guess I had to OWG that down for most of you, didn't I? And, after you've reached that MC level, then it's the objective to reach the third and highest level of the hip-hop hierarchy, a level that few people ever reach, and that level, of course, is Grandmaster. Now, Grandmasters, they have all the perks. They get to choose, who gets to be the MCs every year. And you can't just be nominated by one Grandmaster. It takes two to make the thing go right. And if you don't get selected, no long rejection letter. They just tell you these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break down. That one you don't know. But the best part of the entire process is the oath that you have to take in order to become an MC. And this oath is administered by the Grandmasters, and it's not an oath that everybody knows, and I'm going to teach it to you tonight. So all you got to do is raise your right hand. I'm ask you to raise your right hand, everybody. I'll assume you are. I can't see a damn thing you're doing out there. And with your right hand up, you should turn it just a little bit this way, like this. I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. You got to lose yourself in the music. Come on, you got to lose yourself in the music. The moment. You own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss this chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo. Have a good night. Break it up, break it up, break it up!
Ythan Lax, everybody, make some fucking noise. For the record, it's Cap D. It's not Big D or Lil D. It's Cap D. I actually do rap.